Hello my fellow Tarnished, Valentin here, and today we're going to analyze some of the gameplay we have seen from the Taipei Game Show. They didn't show too much. There was a 1 hour long interview which was not subtitled, so we couldn't really understand what was happening, which is a shame, right? But with that out of the way, we actually got a couple of gameplay that's very interesting to analyze from a PvP perspective. So thanks for Mordecai, Elden Ring News, for compiling everything into showing us into this video format. So thanks a lot, Mordecai. So let's just jump right into it. So they've shown some stuff that we've already seen. This is the first thing that is new, so this is going to be a new area. What do we have? We have a new armor, which is the armor that we've seen from a screenshot featuring a co-op screenshot saying that Elden Ring did have co-op. So basically this is a new area. We have the samurai cosplay, really cool armor. I'm not a big fan of the helmet. He's using a bow and a katana, so there isn't much new or interesting thing to be exploring. Is just going to get through this little door and is going to go down this elevator, and he has a long bow. So this is actually interesting because in the next gameplay we're going to see some more bow footage, and it shows us that bows are actually, I think in PvP, might be very strong and very viable. This is the gameplay I'm talking to you about. So we have this infiltration, this stealth gameplay into the Stormvale castle, right? And so we have this class that's a new class that we haven't seen so far. I mean, a new class, a new starting class, right? Because at the end of the day you can create your character however you want. And this guy has a new armor. He has a double dagger and a buckler shield, so he has the power stance double dagger. He's going to parry this this enemy, and I'm not a big fan of parrying. I think I made a whole video about it, talking about how parries is always going to be very spammable and not very punishable. But yeah, whatever, that's another topic. He's going to double, use the weapons power stance in order to kill him. And we have an example of something very interesting. So he has a composite bow, a short bow. He's parrying it, and here I thought first this was an Ashes of War, but this is not an Ashes of War, my friend. This is a consumable. This is a sorcery consumable. It was mentioned in the network test that there was gonna be way to craft that the glintstone, like there was some part of like glintstone residual or something like that we were gonna be able to craft materials using this material to create consumable that you could use as magic. And this worries me. It worries me a little bit because it's a bit what everybody thought, that magic is gonna be available to everyone. And look at what this does. It's like a very delayed soul mass attack. So this is going to be very strong in PvP, and this is actually the first one we've seen so far, this consumable sorcery magic consumable. So what are the others going to be? There's probably going to be a ton different of it, and we're going to go over magic in the next area. Also, what I wanted to mention here was the fact that he's jumping with the bow. I think swapping soft swapping or hard swapping from your main weapon to a bow might be a very viable option. Look at how quick he's shooting this arrow. I mean, yeah, this is going to be a nice roll catch option, nice finishing your opponent from a range, or also to chip damage at your opponent. I'm thinking about duelists. I think dueling is going to be a bit annoying to say the least. Let's hope we don't have anything similar to explosive bolt with crossbows. So they're showing a little bit of the map, showing how big the map is. Here we're seeing again just gameplay that we've kind of seen already. It's just a warrior class, and then we have the showcase of a new weapon. Very interesting new weapon. This is some sort of a big axe, so I don't know if it's referred as a big hammer or as a ultra great axe or something like that. But so he's charging with it, so he uses it a little bit like a lance, right? He probably has a ton of poise also. We see a little bit of the R2, charging R2, swipe charging R2. So yeah, very, very exciting to see new weapons, to see new ways to play the game. The fact that you can swap weapon art from one weapon to the other is going to make it very interesting to play against, because, or you're gonna have to guess a little bit, because maybe someone can have like 3 of the same weapon but 3 different weapon art. They can hard swap from one to the other, and it's always going to be a guessing game, and you're never going to be able to predict really what your opponent is going to do. So that's something to think about. I think the depth of fighting is going to be much more explorable here. Here we have this guy, just a standard. We have a lot of new armor, huh? Just a standard knight armor, very Dark Souls-like, Demon Souls-like, using a longbow and probably what looks like magic arrows. We're going to see a lot of magic in this gameplay right here that I'm showcasing. The first one is going to be an explosion of I don't know, power, blue power, you know, and it comes out very, very quickly. It's almost scary, you know. We're going to have a look at it in a slow motion, but it comes out really quickly. It seems to have quite a bit of a range, right? And it goes into a very widespread direction, so this might be a good roll catch option. We're going to see another magic here, which is going to be a delayed soul arrow. I'm just going to play it full speed for you guys, then we're going to watch it slowly. So he launches the spell. He launches the spell, and as he launches the spell, there's like a little bit of a delay where the blue orb of power just stands still. So it just stands still for a couple of seconds, maybe a second or two, and then it fires at the enemy. So it's auto tracking, so it tracks by itself, and then it fires at the enemy. So oof, I mean, I'm very, very worried. Imagine you have 3 guys ganking your ass as an invader, and they are all spamming those delayed soul arrow. It's going to be difficult. But yeah, it's going to be difficult, but it's going to be very, very fun, right? What else do we see? We see some of the spirit. That's nothing that really interests us. We're seeing also some dual stance with the whip. So the whip is back, and we have a dual stance of the whip. You know, maybe whip meta, who knows? I don't have much to say about the whip. Long range, great roll catch from previous games. We don't really know how it's going to play out in Elden Ring because we haven't seen it. This is going to be high damage. I personally do not really like the style of the whip, just the aesthetic of it, and the speed at which it comes out, and it's just not my favorite weapon. But if you like the whip, you know, all the power to you. Here we have some stealth stuff, nothing that really interests us, nothing about gameplay. You can watch it for yourself. I'll put a link in the description below. Yeah, I think we're going to see some more magic, but it might be it. So we have this guy exploring the bear forest. We're seeing some exploration, how quick it is to explore around with all the wind, the jumping wind kind of stuff. We see some new area, which is very, very interesting. It seems like the game is going to have a lot of secret, a lot of little detailed area to explore. Probably the quest line for NPCs are gonna need multiple playthroughs to find out. We have a great axe here. This was shown a little bit in the, you know, the first gameplay we've seen from Elden Ring, the like 1 hour showcasing, not the first gameplay, the 1 hour showcasing gameplay. Just a great axe. It doesn't show much more about it. You know, I think they really, it seems to me like they really worked around all the weapons to make all of them unique, special, and quote-unquote viable. You know, that if you want to main a great axe, you might not be at a disadvantage in PvP. Of course, we need to see what it's going to be when the game releases, and if they fix the backstabs. That's a bit my opinion on it. We see some magic that we've already seen before, a lot of new armor, which is always cool to see. This is like the magician, quote-unquote, armor. Full magician, and then that's it. So yeah, basically the interesting part in my opinion, of course, everything is opinion based, is when we see the usage of the usable, the consumable magic. Worries me a little bit that everyone is going to be able to just, you know, magic their way without speccing into magic, because as I said in a previous video that you can watch, link will be in the description below, you could use magic in the past, but you had to really spec into it. Now anyone has access to some sort of a spell magic, so is that going to be good, bad? We don't really know yet. So this is my rapid fire frame review about this whole gameplay thing. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and comment, and I see you guys in the next video. My name is Valentin. I also answer to every comment, so if you leave a comment, I will answer you. Love you all. See you later in the next one or in the land between. Bye bye.